Hey, Columbus homeowners, Rob Calabro here with your brief market update for the month of March in 2022. So I've got some great numbers I'm going to share with you on the screen, but first I want to talk about buyer demand and the strength of the market that we have today. So if you look at the showing numbers, the showing data, which is a number that I analyze fairly often, we are actually up 8% week over week. And this is a sign of strong buyer demand as we head into the spring. Now, that may not come as a surprise to you, but you should consider all of the things that have happened globally recently, the condition of the economy, and of course, the slight fluctuation that we've seen in interest rates recently. All of these things happening, and we still have very strong buyer demand in Central Ohio, and that to me is a great sign. So I'm going to take you over now to look at a couple of other numbers. The first thing I want to show you on the screen is average sales price. As you can see, the average sales price is just over $300,000 for the month of February 2022, and that is up almost 13% year over year. On top of that, the median days on market is down almost 30% year over year. So we continue to see strong home price appreciation. We also continue to see homes selling at a very fast rate based on the limited number of supply that we have here in Columbus. Now, before I end the video, I want to show you a couple of other statistics. First, looking at the number of listings, the listing inventory that we have. And particularly, I want you to pay attention to the trajectory that you'll see as we approach spring and summer. That is, of course, last year's numbers, but we typically see a very similar trajectory year over year. And what you'll notice is that the peak supply levels tend to be June and July. So if you're thinking about putting your home on the market, my recommendation is that you beat out those peak supply levels and beat out some of your competition by getting your house on the market sooner. Sometime between March, April, and May tends to be the most advantageous time based on number of listings and your competition, and also based on the list price to sales price ratio, which tends to peak also into April, May, and June. But one other point I'd like to make on that is that we have a fairly steady interest rate right now in conjunction with steady buyer demand. And so we know what's happening in the market today. We don't know what it'll look like in 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 months from now. So my suggestion is take advantage of this spring market if you're considering selling your home this year. And if you are, I would recommend you head over to calabroproperties.com, which is my website. You can put in your property address and a couple of other pieces of information, and we'll pull a report just like this one for your specific property, looking at the data in your specific neighborhood so that you can make an educated decision about listing your property if you think it's the right thing for you to do. Now, the only other point I'm going to make is regarding the number of listings being added into the marketplace. We are down. It is limited supply, but if you are buying a house and you are looking at the market today saying, what can I do? Well, the one positive piece of information that I have for you is you tend to see a higher rate of listing inventory as we approach the summer. So if you're not seeing what you want to see today, you should have some confidence that you're going to see more and more options as we head into the summer. And of course, depending on what happens with interest rates, if rates do increase again, then you could see slightly less competition as well. So those are all factors you should consider when you're looking at the market information. That is your spring market update. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you on the next one.